Welcome to The Fight with Teddy Atlas, presented by Dynamic Striking. I'm Ken Rideout, joined as always by one of the greatest minds in combat sports, and today's very special guest. We've got the Marvin Hagler of MMA, Leon Rocky Edwards. Leon, welcome to the show. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be on the show, so I look forward to it.
Before we even really get into the fighting part, Leon, first of all, congratulations on your last win with the very experienced and very popular Nate Diaz. That was a great, great win. And I hope it catapults you to a world title fight. You deserve it. And I'm sure it will. And we'll get into all that in a minute. But you have a great story and a great journey, a difficult journey. Your dad was murdered when you were 13 years old. And as you said yourself, it led, which it would lead anybody, but it led you to a downward spiral in your life, getting into trouble and fights. But you found an MMA gym, which you credit with basically saving your life. Can you take us through some of that journey for the audience and for us?
Yeah. Well, I was born in Jamaica, Kingston, Jamaica. My dad was a leader of a gang from the area I came from, so growing up, also I was always around crimes, gang stuff, basically, So from there, my dad came to the UK. He brought me, my mom, and my other brother Fabian to the UK from Jamaica to start a better life, to try to give his kids a better life, And from there, like you just said, he passed away when I turned 13 years old. Then you like you become the man of the house, and you try be the man for your mom and try help around the house, and that kind of led you down to downward spiral, which is getting into trouble, getting in the same trouble my dad was getting involved in. Then I found MMA at the age of 17, I think 16, 17. And from then I've kind of stuck to it. I've lost many friends to that lifestyle. And I'm very happy to now be able to show my friends a different life, show my family a different life. I've now got a son that's 8 years old, and he's also doing martial arts, So it's 100% changed my life in a positive way.
You're a special person, and I appreciate you. I appreciate your story. I appreciate your talent and what you've developed as your talent in the cage. But I appreciate most of all that you're a great example for young people out there that have problems, and there's plenty of people that get into those dark places, if you will. You're a great inspiration, and you're just a great example of how you can pull yourself out. And whether it's MMA, boxing, whatever it is that you use, but that you can pull yourself. Keep being that example, please. To me, that's one of the greatest strengths you have, besides your ability in the cage, to lead young people into the right direction when they're in the wrong direction. Continue to do that, Leon.
Thank you.
You can be as great with that as you are in the cage, maybe even greater. And that leads me to the next question. Those experiences that you went through, that journey that you just talked about, would you say, is that what formed you into what you are today? And what I mean by that, I'm going to take it a little further before I give it to you, but is that, for me, your greatest strength is being dependable, strong, steady, mentally together, not fazed by anything. I mean, you're calm in the eye of the storm. And to me, that's the greatest ability you can have. That's greater than having great speed or great power or any of those things that are neon talents that light up and everybody sees them, everybody looks at them, but they don't all see the other talents, the dependability, the reliability, the steadiness. You have that. You have those. To me, those, I said it, those are the most important talents you can have, traits you can have.
Yeah.
Would you say that's, how do they get formed? How did that happen? Did it happen from that journey?
Yeah, for sure. I believe my journey, my life journey of put me in a position where I am, like I said, dependable. I've been in many situations where I had to depend on myself, and I've always proven to myself that I am who I am, and I think now in the fight game is helped me. It's helped me that way that I can depend on myself. I've been through situations where I could have run away, I could have quit, I could have, like I said, quit. And I've always stood up and always be who I am. And I always go back to that when the fight get tough, when training get tough, that you can do this, you'll survive way more, and you're still here. You'll push through many more. And I think my life that I've lived, even though at the time it felt like the world was coming down on me, now when I look back on it, it's definitely propelled me and helped me in my fighting career and helped me to push through when things get tough. When I go out to arena, everyone's booing me. I'm solid there. I know that I've been through worse than this. All it is I know it's a fist fight, and I've had many fist fights in my life. I've overcome fist fights. I've overcome ups, downs, lows, highs, and let's not make it more than what it is. It's a fight, and I know we can get hurt, but like I said, I've lived it. I've been through it, and I've conquered it. And having a confidence in yourself, it helps a lot.
Well, exactly. In other words, going through the fire. You went through fire.
Yeah.
It was necessary to make Leon Edwards into what you are today. Yeah,
exactly. That's exactly what it is. But like I said, at the time when you're going through it feels like the fire is too hot. But when you make it through it, it hardens you. You make you into a better human being. You make you to a better man and better father and better family man. So I'm grateful for my struggles. I'm grateful for everything I've been through. I've taken it. I'm a man of God as well. I got a lot of faith, and I'll keep believing, keep working hard, and I'll achieve my dream.
Thank you for being that special person. Really, Leon, thank you. And I know you're special besides all the reasons we just went over. You know how? Because Ken got a haircut for you today. And he doesn't do that for just anybody. So
Ken, you're looking good.
I knew Rocky was going to be on his A game, so I didn't want to disappoint.
Good man.
You go, Ken. Take it from there, please.
Hey guys, quick break to give a shout out to one of our newest sponsor and my new favorite cereal, Magic Spoon. You guys got to check this stuff out. I used to love eating cereal, but obviously as I'm getting old now, I don't eat as much junk food as I would do normally, processed sugary food. Enter Magic Spoon to save the day for me, but more importantly, save the day for my kids, because I used to not let them eat sugary cereals, but now I've got them on the Magic Spoon. They can have as much as they want with 0 sugar, 4 net grams of carbs, and 14 grams of protein in every serving. It's almost too good to be true. Only 140 calories. It's keto-friendly, gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, low-carb, and GMO-free. Try the variety pack, cocoa, fruity, frosted, and peanut butter. I love this stuff. If you go to magicspoon.com/Atlas, you can pick up the variety pack and get $5 off your first order. Again, magicspoon.com/Atlas for $5 off your first order on the variety pack. Check them out. This stuff is really good. Guys, also want to take a minute to give a shout out to privacy.com. Privacy.com lets you buy things online or send money using a virtual card instead of having to use your real credit card or debit cards. If you've ever had your credit card number stolen, which I've had happen to me multiple times, it's inevitable when you're buying things online that someone's going to get either hack into your credit card number, but I've had it happen to me and it's a painful experience. Try privacy.com. It's free to use. It allows you to track all your online purchases in one place, and you can get 1% cash back on all purchases with the Pro service. If you'd like to give it a try, head over to privacy.com/Atlas, and you'll automatically get $5 to spend on your first purchase if you sign up now. Again, free to use, so check them out. It's a great service, and by signing up, you're also helping the podcast. Head over to privacy.com/Atlas, again, ATLAS, to try this free service and get $5 to spend on your first purchase. I want to hear about the fight, and specifically, Teddy touched on a lot of the things that I was interested in, is basically your strength of mind and character, because you never seem fazed, and I think that served you well in the fourth round, in the fifth rounds when Nate
Yeah.
Diaz caught you with that punch, because honestly, from a spectator's perspective, I was like, he's going to get him. He's going to do it. He's going to come back. And you showed incredible character and strength, not just physically, but mentally, to stay in that fight and get to the finish line and get the win. Maybe talk about what was going through your mind when he caught you, if anything.
When it first tagged me with the shot, I felt the first shot, but after that, it's kind of like a flash. I kind of got back to my wits, and obviously he was charging forward, trying to finish the fight. I was in and out, dodging the punches. I was thinking, just don't shoot, because I know once I shoot, he's gonna start wrapping your neck up, looking to choke you. Like when he fought Conor McGregor, the same thing. He tagged him, Conor shot for the takedown and ended up getting choked out. So that's what I was going through my head. Just don't shoot, stay composed, keep. Don't try to fire back while you're hurt. Move, get your head back under you. And once I was back, I knew I had it. I looked up at the clock. It was like 30 seconds left, and I knew I had it. I was gonna stay safe. Don't over commit and lose the fight here. So I think I showed my experience. I showed that I can take a shot and still have a clear mindset ahead of me, and that's all I was going from my brain. Really, just stay calm, stay positive, don't panic, keep moving, and that's it.
Kind of like life, right? Kind of like life, a little bit, right?
Exactly.
Don't
Exactly.
fall apart when the moment comes. Don't panic. Don't fall apart. Listen, I wanna add to that, because for me, you need more credit than that. That's not enough credit, because that punch you took. Tell me if I'm wrong, but you never saw it. You never saw it.
Nah. I didn't see it.
Those are the punches that knock people out. Those are the punches that ordinary people, they don't survive. They don't. I mean, you have to be a little extraordinary and special to survive those kind of punches. And you did that. And the reason you didn't see it, I'm sure you and your coach know by now, you figured it out, but he set you up. He set you up. He used his experience. He slapped you. He slapped you with a right hand onto your left hand. And while you were busy thinking about that and looking at that slap, maybe for a millisecond, bang, the straight left hand snuck in. He set that up beautifully. He deserves credit for that. You deserve
for
credit
sure, 100%. 100%.
Yep. You deserve credit for surviving it.
It was a great shot, Like I said, it's a shot that you don't see that hurt you, And like I didn't see him coming. It was throwing that same combination a few times before he landed it. I think what it was as well, I kind of switched off in the last minute of the fight of something I need to work on with my team and just staying active till the bell goes, And so since this, I'll go back to my team. I'll assess it. I'll work on it, and even sparring, just stay all the way through and never switch off. Always stay active, and it's a learning curve. Like I said, it could have been worse, but I've pulled through it, and that's it.
Oh no, it was tremendous resiliency and just ability to survive that mentally when you never saw it coming. But again, he set it up by slapping you, which you wouldn't expect. He slapped. Like who's gonna slap a UFC fighter? And so he slaps you with his right hand onto your left, and that just your eye level went over there, just a little bit to that, and then it opened the door for the left hand. But I wanna say something else during the fight. He was setting that up during the fight too, because when he was moving his hands like he was just playing around with all that craziness, he wasn't playing around. He was trying to distract you, and he was trying to get you to a place where later in the fight, when he needed to land that punch, you wouldn't pay attention. You wouldn't think anything about that. Like if he did this all night, you'd say, oh, that doesn't mean anything. And then all of a sudden when he slaps, you think it doesn't mean anything because it didn't mean anything all night. And then all of a sudden he's got his opportunity. So he's not that dumb. He's pretty damn smart. For the people out there that think he's just a walk-in guy, you know, he's a tough son of a gun. We all understand that. But he was very smart that night. Matter of fact, Leon, I felt that on that night he changed. He made some adjustments because of your strengths. You are so good at being set and balanced and technically solid and mentally solid, where if he was himself and he just walked in, you would have just chewed him up. Just chewed him up. And you were chewing him up to a certain extent. But not to the extent that you would have if he didn't do his chicanery, his little stuff, like when he made believe he was coming and he walked away. And people were like, that wasn't just fooling around. That wasn't just clowning. That was to keep you off balance. That was so you wouldn't be set to punch. That when he came in, that's what he was doing. And I think that allowed him to survive 4 rounds, even though you won all 4, where he had that moment in the 5th round.
For sure.
Where he could just, again, acting like he's coming, then he goes this way, you know, doing this, doing that, you know, just enough to keep you from being set, where maybe instead of getting hit 3 punches, he gets away from 2. Because he's able to get in there on a clean slate. And I want to follow that before I give it to Ken with saying something. I know your manager said something to Rob about this, but for me, you have the kind of quiet talents that are very loud in real life, very loud where you are, where you're technically solid, where you're mentally solid, where you always set the punch. Kind of like blue-collar talents, not the talents that scream at you, but the talents that are always there for you. And I made a comparison that in some ways you remind me of Marvin Hagler in that way, and I don't think you could get a greater compliment, at least not from me, because I love Marvin Hagler, and I think he was one of the greatest middleweights of all time. Similar, where, you know, he had plenty of talent, but he didn't have that screaming talent, that meteor going across the sky talent. He was solid in every area, and to me, that's the kind of ability you have.
Thank you. I think Marvin Hagler is one of my idols, you know, since my career. I've been looking up to Marvin Hagler and for what he's gone for. I think like 35 fights, I think, before for a title or something.
I think he had more than that, but at least that, you know. So his journey is like similar to my journey, you know, in that sense, and how long it takes for me to get to the title. I'm on a 9-10 fight win streak now. That's the 3rd most in the promotion history, in the UFC history. You know, it's GSP, Usman and me, you know, for win streak. So, like I said, I hope that performance get me to my title shot, get me to what I've deserved, what I've earned, and I'm looking forward to it, you know. And, well, it's been almost 6 years, right? Almost 6 years.
6 years, exactly.
Since your last loss. I mean, to Usman, who of course is a great fighter and a champion. Yeah. Is that who you want next? I mean,
for sure. Usman was the last guy to defeat me. You know, I've took the loss to the chin. I've learned a lot from that fight, and I've came back home to my team, rescheduled my team, and got it back to how it was, you know. And because before that, I was winning all my fights, you know. But when I fought Usman, in the UK, there's a weird thing where you get to like a certain level, and you be like, oh, you need to go to America to improve. You need to go here to improve, which I didn't, because I was winning up until this point, you know. When I fought Usman, I started believing that, and I kind of went away to America to train for the Usman fight, and away from my team, away from my family. And that's not I like to be around my family and friends and my team, you know. And I kind of left the UK, went to the States. My whole camp was focused on defense, nothing to do with me, what I need to do to win the fight, you know. It's all about just don't get taken down, just defend. And I went into the fight with a defensive mind state, and I fought like it. You know, I was so worried about getting taken down that I weren't doing what I needed to do to win. So since losing to Usman, like I said, I've came back to the UK, got back with my team, schedule what I need to schedule in, and I've not lost since. It's been 6 years now. I'm on a 10-fight winning streak, 9-fight winning streak. So it's a good thing that I've took the loss on the chin, worked my way back up, and now here we are.
One of our friends, one of the people that we have on from your world on the show also a lot is Dustin Poirier. And, it's as you're talking, you're making me think a little bit about him because he had lost to Conor McGregor 6 years earlier, but he wasn't the same guy. A lot of people said, he's going to lose in the rematch. I didn't say that, but a lot of people thought that. And I said, well, Dustin's a different man now, 6 years later. And, of course, it was a different result when he got in there with McGregor in the rematch. I look at you the same way. You're not near the same man anymore.
No.
And when you get in with Usman next, it's going to be different.
For sure, 100%. It's going to be a totally different fight, and I'm looking forward to it. I am eagerly looking forward to it. I know exactly what I need to do and to gain the victory, and I hope to get an opportunity this year, and so I can prove my case.
One other thing I'll say before I give it back to Ken, Leon, the interesting thing about fighting Usman, for me, it's like you're looking in a mirror in some ways, because you're both very similar. You're strong physically. You're both physically strong guys, but you're both very solid in the same areas where you're solid technically. It might be a difference from the mat and the striking and stuff, but for the most part, I look at both of you, and you really are similar. You're both always balanced. You're always set. You're technically solid in every darn area you could think of, and you're mentally calm, and you're deliberate. You're not talkers. You let your talking be done inside the ring or inside the cage. There's a lot of similarities between the two of you.
I believe so. He definitely has improved as well since our last match. 5-6 years ago, he's improved with his striking, especially. I said it before. I think his striking is going to be his downfall. Because he's getting so used to knocking people out that he's going to fall in love with it and start believing that he's a great striker. Which I don't think he is. But like I said, he's improved leaps and bounds since we last compete. So have I. So I think it'd be a great matchup once we meet, and I look forward to exploiting what I've seen in this game and what obviously probably seen something in me as well. But I'm looking forward to going out there and doing what I need to do.
Well, we are too, and to your point, a couple of fights ago he did get hurt pretty badly.
Yeah, exactly. That's because he's falling. He's like I said, he's very balanced with his strike, but he bakes it with his striking. If you watch what he does, it's pretty straightforward what he does on the feet, So there's many ways that it could be exploited, but when that time comes, then I will see.
Yeah, one of the things that Teddy mentioned is your even demeanor, even keel demeanor. You seem to have a great personality, very balanced outside of the ring. And I'm always curious about people's business outside of the ring. What sponsors are you working with, if any? Because to me, you'd be a marketer's dream in the UK for anyone that wants exposure to that MMA demographic, like 18 to 40-year-old men. What sponsors are you working with?
Montrex I'm wearing right now. It's like a lifestyle training clothing brand. I got Junet's, which is a CBD brand. That I'm working with right now. We've got many brands, iconic. There's a few brands I'm working with in the UK. My aim is to grow MMA in the UK and to help the youth that came up the way I came up. So I've also started a charity with the UFC. Me, Darren Till, and Jimmy Manuel. I started a knife crime charity in the UK because in the UK it's a big epidemic basically for knife crimes. There's a lot of stabbings, and I've lost many friends to knife crime. Just last year alone, I lost one of my good friends from getting stabbed on Father's Day. Stabbed in the neck and bled out and died. And so it's a passion that's close to my heart that I cannot wait to kick off. It kicks off once the lockdown lifts over here, which is July the same. So after July, we get it started, getting helping these kids out involved in knife crimes and any gang related crimes.
What's the charity called?
It's called USC Youth Offenders. Like I said, USC is part of it. They've funded it. We're partnered with the police in the UK, also with a charity called Legacy, which is already involved with the youth. We're partnered with them as well, and just basically like mentoring the kids, and also if once the kids show progress, we can pay for there's like a scholarship, basically pay for their gym membership. One of our gyms, they can call us whenever they want. We also use my coaches to coach them, and we'll get them all the gloves, all the kit. It's help with everything, because I know when I first started, gym membership over here was $80, $90, which is a lot of money for underprivileged kids, So for me now to be able to pay for a year's gym membership for a kid it's going to be amazing, and I cannot wait to, like I said, get it on the ground, up and running.
Well, good for you. I'm not surprised by any of that. And to any of the sporting brands in the UK or even the US that might be listening, Leon Edwards, marketer's dream.
For sure, thank you.
People should be lining up to work with you.
Thank you.
Just from what you just said there, that's why I said you're special. And that's what makes you special. And that's why, for me, you're a champion already. Now you just have to go and get the belt.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I believe that as well. That I am already a champion in my heart, in my mind. And like I said, just go and get that belt. But belt or not, I'm already a champion.
100%.
I do not put my worth on the belt. This is something I enjoy doing. I enjoy doing it, and this is where I'm gonna achieve it.
You're a champion for sure, a champion human being, and
thank you.
That's the best you can be. Who's your favorite boxer? That's obviously my world. I visit your world, but who's
what now? Or
right now? Yeah, right now.
I enjoy watching Tank fought Saturday. I like watching Gervonta Davis.
Yeah, he was great the other night.
Yeah. I like Gervonta. Well, it depends.
Let me take a guess because of your personality and your style. Yeah. I'm just going to guess. I would think that a guy like Spence. Yeah. I would think that, and even, I don't know if you're familiar with him, but I would think a guy, the Japanese champion, Inoue. I've
seen him, but I haven't really studied him to know what he's like, but I've seen him fight before.
Yeah.
I prefer watching boxing, and I don't really watch MMA, I'm more like a boxing head. I watch all the boxing, all the old school boxing. I enjoy boxing, because there's a long history to boxing, which MMA is quite new, so there's not a long history towards it. So I enjoy watching from Jack Johnson to all the way up to now, so I really enjoy it.
That's tremendous. Who's your favorite fighter of all time?
Of all time, you have to go Muhammad Ali. So enjoy his personality outside the ring and what he does inside the ring. Because when he started off, his style was hands down and back pulling away from shots. That wasn't the style back then, and he kind of created his own wave and did it his way.
He was a pioneer.
Marvin Hagler as well. I like the way he's southpaw like me, so he loved leaping in with that leaping hook, and I think that's why I got caught with that shot. I was watching Marvin Hagler all week. I was like, so he landed some nice hooks. Before I got caught with that shot. Well, yeah, I got a few boxers that I look up to, and inside and outside the ring, just the way they are and the personalities and how they look at life and how they look at the boxing fighting game,
Yeah, that's great. We want to be sensitive to your time, Leon. We appreciate. Ken, do you have anything else to give to Leon, to ask him?
I was going to ask just one last question about the Diaz fight. Was there anything that surprised you in the fight? Was his awkwardness, is that what you expected? Was it more or less difficult than what you had planned for? Because it was very awkward. He seemed to be extra jumpy in there against you.
No, I think Diaz is Diaz, and I've been watching Diaz now since I started MMA. When I first started my pro debut, he's already headlining fights in the UFC. I can't understand what he brought to the table, you know. And I think some of them like turning his back and doing all this, I think it's all just a masking agent. It's either his fatigue or he's been hurt with a shot and trying to like show it off, you know, which is a veteran move. Like I said, he's been in the game a long time. He knows how to ride shots, how to walk shots off, and but yeah, I've kind of knew what he was going to come with, and I adjust my game plan to that, you know.
I'm going to give you a guy to look. I'm going to give you a guy to Google and to look, okay, Leon? One of the old-time guys. I'm going to give you. He did some of the things that Nate Diaz did. And again, it wasn't an accident going into your fight, for me at least. From my perspective, it was no accident. He did more of that than usual because he knew that if he walked in on you, you're gonna eat him up.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
That's what you do. So he tried to get you off balance, give you a look away, look this way, go that way, and there was a great fighter that did that in boxing. He was the heavyweight champ of the world. His name is Jersey Joe Walcott. And yeah, you look him up. First of all, he was a great puncher, and he didn't waste anything. He was a great fighter, and he was around during a great era with some great fighters, Ezra Charles, Joe Louis. I mean, tremendous fighters. And he would do that. He would do the walk away, where he'd start walking this way, bang. You know, he walk you into something. You know, he acted like he's going this way, go that way. He would even act like he was adjusting his trunks, like he'd start doing this with his trunks, and then next thing you know, you're getting a little relaxed, and you're thinking, what's this guy doing? And the next thing you know, he's doing something to you, you know, or he scored one of the greatest knockouts of all time, Leon. He knocked out a great fighter, Ezra Charles, tremendous, the Cincinnati Cobra, and he set it up, because you don't knock out great fighters if you don't set it up. It doesn't happen.
No, for sure.
Yeah, you have to have some setup. And what he did was he adjusted his trunks, and then he started like walking to him like this, you know, like he was just, you know, walking. Don't worry, I'm not ready. And then as he's doing that, bang. He throws a left uppercut in the middle of that time. He timed it just in the middle of that. Like he goes, boom, and he throws this uppercut. And Ezra Charles never sees it, Leon, and he knocks him cold.
Oh, I have to watch that fight for sure.
Yeah, you definitely do, Leon. Leon,
for sure.
You're a great person. Keep being the great person you are. Keep being the leader you are. Keep being the teacher you are to young people out there. Keep being the inspiration you are to young people out there. And go get your title.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And like I said, thank you for having me on the show. You're a legend in the fight game. And I've always liked the way you put everything from fighting to life, you know, how you put them both together, and makes sense, you know. And if you look at life like that, then you can always fight through and be a better person, you know. So, like I said, thank you for having me on. You're a legend.
Thank you, Leon.
Congratulations again, Leon, for all your successes. And hopefully when you challenge for the title, we'll be at the event with all these COVID restrictions being lifted. So good on you. Congratulations. And thanks for being with us. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Leon.